All right, Chaz, I'm going to hit you with the hard one. What should you have done different?
That's a good question, and I don't know that I've had that question yet. I'll tell you, I don't have any regrets. People will ask you, well, why didn't you do this or why didn't you do that? And I'm very happy with the campaign that we ran. We ran a good campaign. We ran a positive campaign that never talked about our opponent, but talked about what we wanted to do. And for that, I'm grateful, and I think that for that, I think we're something that we can look back on and be very happy with what we did. Sure, my biggest regret is I didn't get about 500 more votes. But again, I think Brent Cooper did a great job in his campaign and ran a good, hard campaign as well. And at the end of the day, that's the beauty of the democratic process, is that you're going to have people that get to go vote, and generally the people will get to a position where they're going to vote for one over the other, and you're going to have one winner and one loser. And unfortunately, I was the loser, but I don't have any regrets on the campaign that we ran.
That's fantastic. That's wonderful to hear. 500 or 600 votes, that's really nothing when you're talking about 4 counties.
Right.
Don't make us wait 8 years. What are you going to do? We know you're a practicing attorney. What do you plan on doing? What office? Is there some other plans you have very soon?
Well, I'll say my immediate plans are to focus on being a dad and a husband. Family is the most important thing to me. Faith, family are 2 things that I hold very dear, and of course my family. I think they are excited to have Dad back home again. My 1-year-old, I think he sort of looks at me a little bit strange, like he's expecting me to leave when I walk in the door after work. So my immediate plans are to focus on the things that are important in life, which again, faith and family are the 2 most important, and then to continue to be involved and active in serving the community. There are ways to serve the community other than being in elected office, and I've been involved before, and I continue to keep involved, whether it be on local nonprofit boards or other ways. I don't plan on going away, but I think in the immediate future, my most important plans are, again, to focus on my family and to continue to serve the community in other ways other than elected office.
Okay, this is probably going to be tougher than the last one. Besides your family, obviously your direct family, who helped you the most? What one person or group of people were most instrumental to get you this close to the district attorney for this area?
Well, the beauty of running for office is that you meet so many people. Lawrence County, for example, when I first started this race, I didn't know anybody in Lawrence County. And so we worked awfully hard to spend a lot of time down here and make some good contacts with people from Summertown to
West Point?
To West Point, St. Joe's, yeah. Loretto, Leoma, Lawrenceburg, and everywhere in between.
Right.
I think it would be difficult to pinpoint one person because that was the beauty of the campaign that we ran. We had a very team approach. We were very diverse in our efforts. We had people that were young. We registered dozens of new voters. There were 18 that voted for the very first time. And
I remember that day. That was exciting.
If there's anything that I'm most proud of, maybe it's the fact that I lost count, but it was somewhere around 24 to 25 people that registered to vote, and they cast their first vote for me, and that's an honor that I'll never forget. So we had 18-year-olds, but we also had 78 and 80-year-olds that were working for us down here, and that's true in all of the counties, and particularly in Lawrence County. So, one person in particular, I think it would be difficult. It was a group effort. It took a village, so to speak, and we certainly had a village of people that were working for the cause.
All right, you went to the beach, had a great time. I know you love spending time with your family. What do you like to do for you? What's your favorite hobby to do?
Well, probably what I like doing the most, at least based on what I do the most, is jog. I'm an avid jogger, generally about 5 days a week at about 5 a.m. If you're going to find me, you're going to find me out running the streets of Columbia, which is where I live. I have a little running group that's sort of my core group of friends that we run together consistently, and that's probably my number one hobby. I also like to read, avid reader as well, and of course the main thing is spending time with family. I think that's a hobby, and certainly it's a hobby of mine, and we're leaving this weekend to go to Knoxville for the first UT home football game. I can't wait to take my 1-year-old son to Neyland Stadium for his first time. My daughter Marley, she loves it. And she can't wait to get up there.
Just the
I'm excited.
pageantry and,
That's right.
and all the
You
colors.
have the orange and white, the band, the football team running out in the tee, and just the 100,000+ people that'll be there. And so it's a great thing too. So I guess I count that as a hobby as well, following UT sports and particularly UT football.
What do you see for the Tennessee Valley? What would you like happen to? What do you think would be the best thing to happen in the near future and the short, long-term future for the Tennessee Valley area?
Well, I think we have to continue to focus on the issue that we're all concerned about is jobs. Candidly, one of the things that attracted me to the office of district attorney, the reason that I ran was because I felt like the DA can have an impact on the job market, because employers want to locate where quality of life is good. And within the quality of life umbrella, crime is something that's a consideration. So I felt like, if we could have a role in reducing crime, then that would have a role of increasing quality of life that could bring employers in. And so I think the Tennessee Valley, this region that we live in, has to remain focused on improving quality of life. That includes education, because when those things improve, when you see quality of life and education improve, then you're going to see a better and more qualified and skilled workforce. And when you have those things, then you're going to see other employers, regional and national, come to this area, Lawrence County, Murray County, all across the region, to locate here and to create and retain good paying, high labor jobs.
Like Murray County just got a big factory. I've heard about that. Was it in the Murray County?
Yesterday, General Motors had a big announcement,
right,
where they came in and are making over $100 million investment to where the Cadillac SRX will be built there, which is great news for not just Murray County, but our entire region.
That's exactly where I was going with that. Just because it's in Murray County doesn't mean it's not going to affect us positively here.
Correct. I've always been of the opinion what's good for Murray County is good for Lawrence County. What's good for Lawrence County is good for Murray County. I think we have to focus on working together as a team versus individually one-on-one, where we're working against each other, because we need to be united and be brought together by those things that we know that if a good paying job is coming to Lawrence County, well, they may want to come to Murray County to spend money or vice versa. So I'm more focused regionally on seeing that we all do well, because if we all do well individually, we're doing better as a team also.
Yeah, I've never driven on the road and run over that county line.
Absolutely.
It is an invisible line.
Absolutely.
People drive back and forth both ways, so
That's right.
I'm 100% with you. I keep hearing this every meeting I go to, everybody I talk to. Quality of life, quotes. Tell me, what do you think about quality of life? What can we do for quality of life here to make it higher?
Well, I think the key ingredient to improving quality of life, and that may be wherever you go, whether or not you're in Lawrence County, Tennessee, or Lawrence County, Kansas, your education system is the first thing that people will look to. And Lawrence County is very fortunate in that regard. They've recently had some good news come out for their school system here. And of course, we can always do better. And so I think when you see your education system improve, I think inherently you're going to see your quality of life improve, because then you're going to see more people wanting to move here, more people wanting to locate jobs here. And so until you have a good, solid education system, then you can't have those other things that you want. Sometimes people want to sort of put the cart before the horse, so to speak, and go ahead and put a new retail chain here. But unless you have the people to support that retail chain, you're not going to be able to support the retail chain. And so it all comes down to education. That's why I'm a big believer in education. I'm a product of the Murray County public school system. I'm a believer in public school systems.
And your undergraduate degree and your graduate degree are both
Correct.
here in Tennessee.
I'm a proud University of Tennessee grad and a proud Memphis Law School grad. And so the public school system is responsible for who I am and what I represent. And of course, as I said, Lawrence County, I think they're on the right track, specifically with the news that's come out recently with their school system. Some of the schools that have really been high-performing schools, and I think they've got good leadership. And you'll continue to see Lawrence County improve because of the leadership that they have in their school system. But at the end of the day, education, education, education.
Chaz, thank you for coming out today. We appreciate it. We know you had to come all the way down here. Beautiful Lawrence County. It's hot, but it's great here in the shade.
That's right.
As long as you got the music turned down a little bit. What are some parting words you want to say for the people that are going to watch this?
Well, I can say, first of all, you say come all the way down to Lawrence County. I'll never second guess the trip down to Lawrence County. I love this county. I grew to love it. I hold it near and dear, and the people here were very good to me. And so if there's ever an opportunity to drive down to Lawrence County, I'm going to take it. Parting words, I guess, would be, you know, we started this thing, as we said, about 2 years ago. I was 30 years old, had never run for elected office, knew that it would be an uphill battle. We were running against a formidable opponent, and we knew it was going to be tough. And we knew that we had to work hard and focus on the issues, and that's what we did. And I don't have any regrets whatsoever. We ran a strong campaign, and you know, I respect the process. At the end of the day, the people get the choice, and I came up just a little short. But the friendships that I made in Lawrence County will last a lifetime, and for that I feel like a winner regardless of the outcome of the election. And I never will forget all of the people down here that worked so hard to help get me elected, and I hope that I can repay the favor to them. But I know for one thing, Lawrence County and Chaz Molder will always be friends, and I'm excited about that going forward.
Thank you very much, Chaz.